All right, let's hope the stream doesn't decide to crash on me for a third time. Let's go for a bit of a walk, shall we? Things are kind of stable right now. This line of police on Georgia Avenue did actually move forward, maybe a few dozen feet, about 20 minutes or so ago. They haven't really advanced more than this. There is another similar line of police about 2 blocks in that direction. That's south on Georgia Avenue. And there's a third line of police here. I'm not quite sure what street that is, but it's across from McDonald's. You want to find this on the map. This is the Metropolitan Police Department, 4th District Headquarters. We're in a part of DC called Brightwood Park. This is not that close to the White House or most of the federal buildings downtown. We're about maybe 1 or 2 miles north of that. But at this moment, things I think things were really quite tense when this group of people first got here. After that, it really did calm down. In terms of an actual confrontation, people are still yelling here on the front line.
You say you got me right. You can't get me, Jack. You can't get the rest of these motherfuckers. Fuck you right talking about. You same threat as these motherfuckers. No bullshit. Fuck you when you sign out. All y'all, a bitch ass nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Bitch ass nigga. Boy, bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Bunch of bitch ass niggas. Fuck is you niggas talking about? I'm ready for you. My people gotta be ready for you. I swear to God. I'm ready for you. I'm ready to go. You laugh. Any of my back. Bunch of bitches. I'm ready to go. All the way. Straight up. No bullshit. Whatever y'all ready to do. I know y'all waiting for whatever. Let's do it. Let's do it. I swear to God, let's do it. That's all y'all been on. Y'all been on since kids. All y'all since kids. In-house porch, motherfucker. And don't touch in-house porch, motherfucker. I did.
Now, Karan's mother is actually here. She was speaking on the megaphone earlier. If you'd like to hear that, I would go back to my previous stream right before I decided to quit on me. You'll find it on my Twitter feed.
The whole world saw that shit. Congratulations. You had a great reputation.
And we here. Bunch of bitch ass niggas. It's our whole neighborhood. Fuck is you niggas talking about?
Building seems to be mostly empty. There was actually somebody peeking out from that window over there. But I guess they've backed off from the windows. You'll see 2 of them are shattered. But that's about the extent of damage to this building, as far as I can tell. Also, the front doors were shattered. By what, I'm not sure. You can see the kind of courtyard here is littered with debris, glass debris.
You scared, but you the one with the weapon. Ain't nobody over here got no weapon. You got baby hands.
Now this has actually changed quite a bit recently since this march reached this building. You'll notice that most of the crowd is actually kind of backed off from the front line here, and they have moved into Georgia Avenue. They're just kind of interspersed down the road for about a block or 2 up to the 2nd police line southbound in that direction. It's only really a small amount of people who've remained facing off of the riot police here. I'm gonna hear kind of a drumming sound. That's actually somebody slamming the side of a ballot drop box. Now this I can actually tell there's somebody watching from inside that room. It's actually kind of creepy. Here at the first protest last night, but it seems like this one kind of escalated a lot more quickly. But it's also kind of calmed down almost directly after that. Last night there was at least one MPD cruiser that was had its windshield smashed in. There were a couple of trash can fires, and it ended up being dispersed with impact munitions, tear gas, pepper balls.
You see, nobody likes
this right now is people just kind of standing around. There's a lot of shouting going on, but again, I really haven't seen much. I really haven't seen a lot of physical contact. Again, you'll see those flashlights. There was somebody peeking out. I think they backed off. If you're just joining me, when this march first got here, actually, I'm not sure how long it's been, but when they first got here, they marched northbound on Georgia Avenue from that direction. That's facing the south. When they first got here, that barricade was over here, on the edge of the sidewalk, and they pushed through it. You'll actually see some of the barricades lying around that used to be here, and then they walked up to the top of the stairs, and they got actually pushed back a bit by these cops who surged out from the entrance with the gear that you're seeing them wearing right now. And that's when I, got the feeling that things were really going to kick off, but they did not really. It's kind of settled into this standoff where nobody's really pushing at each other anymore. There's a lot of yelling, but again, no pushing. Not at the moment, at least. Now, again, there's literally there are tons of police here, and I'm sure that they've actually pulled police from elsewhere across the city because they actually did that last night. When things went down here, there's a lot of officers here. In fact, I think there's more police than protesters at this point. People are afraid of a kettling situation. Although I don't think that's happening right now. But if police wanted to do that, they probably have the manpower to do it. And right now they're yelling, "Quit your job." I see a cop there on the left with a launcher in his hand.
Basically, you don't gotta be a bitch all your life. You can choose another profession.
Now, DC police apparently purchased tens of thousands of dollars worth of tear gas.
What's your job?
Which kind of leaves me wondering if they would be willing to use tear gas more liberally than they have in the past. Tear gas is kind of a rarity in DC. We really earlier this year during the George Floyd protests was the first time DC has seen tear gas in years. The only other time, to my knowledge, within the last 10 years was the inauguration, and that was only 1 or 2 canisters. It was not that much. But in the span of a few nights in late May, early June, further downtown near the White House, there was a lot of tear gas. Certainly more than I've experienced in D.C. In my 8 years here. And there was, at least as people I've spoken with, there was tear gas here in the area of the station last night when the police pushed the crowd out from this courtyard here into Georgia Avenue and kind of sent them into a retreat south on Georgia. There was, flashbangs, impact munitions, tear gas while that happened. But tonight, so far, none of that. Although they do have their equipment out here, as you can see. Yeah, so far, there was a moment when they marched in, when there were a few objects. I had a good glimpse of what they were, but a few windows were shattered. That's the shattered window. There's a shattered window there, and the front door was also broken. Nobody got in. But that lasted, probably like 20 or 30 seconds, and then the situation quickly settled into what you see now. People just kind of facing off with police, not really making contact with them, but there's a lot of yelling going on, a lot of heckling going on, a lot of taunting. But it's other than that, it's kind of stable right now. And again, to that point, I think I might have mentioned this already, but I'll mention it again. Up until recently, most people were up here, kind of pressing against the police, but they've mostly backed up. This is a view of the street versus the front line. So there are a lot of people just kind of out there milling about. Not to say that things couldn't change, but get that. Now, when I'm pointing out the damage that's been done to this building, keep in mind this also happened last night, so I can't really distinguish what of this is from last night versus now. But I can tell you that there was at least one window shattered tonight because I did hear it happen. I think I saw somebody ask if this was over what's happening in Philadelphia. This is it's not directly connected, although oftentimes these protests kind of travel in waves. So if something's happening, something big is happening in another part of the country, like Portland or Kenosha, or now Philadelphia, people in D.C. will kind of respond in kind. They call it a solidarity protest. So this is kind of a local take on a national issue, if you want to think of it that way. I'm sure a lot of people here have Philadelphia on their minds as well.
Crying on the clock, boy. I see why you want to make it. I see why you
I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but there's actually some cops running around in there. I'm not sure why.
This shit been foggy. They can't even see out here. Do your part, bitch. You got no shit. You late. Talking that bitch off.
Again, I'm a photographer by trade, and I don't actually have my camera out with me right now, so kind of wish I did. That would be a shot right there.
All right, call your mother. Put your mother on the phone. Call your mother and tell her to bring us some tissue. Put that bitch to work. Your hands in up. Yeah, I'm right. Chill your bitch ass out. Before you lose a job out there. In the elf shop, be the only job you got. You would just be satisfied. Christmas right around the corner, too. That's it. Get paid in candy canes.
All y'all need to know. All the newborns, the grandbabies, and all that, they're not safe. Only because
I'm seeing some cops actually working their way to the back of the building, so I'm wondering if anything's happening over there. There's no way I can reach that, but because police are actually blocking off both access points. Do a bit of a walk here. We have a second riot line here. This is across. What street is this? People always ask for a street sign, so I'm going to figure that out for you guys. Oh, there is no street sign. Oh, there we go. All right, this is Peabody Street, facing eastward, and this is Georgia Avenue. And here's a better view of that second line of police on Georgia. And again, if it's anything like last night, they probably pulled officers from other city districts. That's another line of police. And I'd say there's probably well over 100 people here. They're kind of spread out right now. Again, when this first reached the station, they were kind of congregating on those steps leading up to the front entrance. But most of them have since backed off. There's a lot of standing around. And some more arguing here.
everybody who's from America in the nation's capital, which is Washington, D.C., we're live uptown, northwest, at the 4th District Police Department, and we need justice for Kavon Hilton. We're in the nation's capital of America, and we need justice for Kavon Hilton. Officer T.J. Sutton needs to bring his ass out of his hiding spot He needs to hop out of that spider hole. Hop out of your spider hole. You won't pay me. Your bitch ass need to be in jail. You try to lock somebody up for some bitch ass weed. You motherfucking killing people. Justice for Quran. Justice for Quran. Justice for Quran. Y'all got 30 people out here for one white man. We just need to see one man. One man. And y'all getting paid overtime. We just need one man. We need one set of footage. Why didn't they take the lights? Oh, it's not. Wait a minute, no, I got it. Right.
Step back to the door here. Here's your geolocation. They actually turned off the lights. They had their front entrance illuminated before. Now it's mostly turned off except for those two.
Our streets. All of their families. They kids the same way. As a man, he was a bitch ass nigga. As a man, being with this shit, knowing this shit, every day knowing this shit, and keep going with it. You's a bitch ass nigga. You look like what the fuck you mean, nigga? Y'all just having a bitch ass nigga. What these signs for now? I need an answer, bro. Oh, bitch ass nigga.
Got somebody dancing in front of the line of bike cups. Yeah, it does seem like the police have maybe stood down a tiny bit because this area in front of the school here, across the street from the station, actually was filled with cops. There was another line of cops here kind of flanking the protest. That has now cleared, and I think the cops who are part of it have now merged with this line of bike cops, so they've drawn back a tiny bit. But looking down both directions on Georgia, there's still a line of police here, and then a few blocks in that direction.
Don't get cops in a racist system! 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 No peace! No peace! No peace! Police! Police!
Now, this is pretty calm now, but things were markedly more tense when they first reached this building, and after
Justice! What do we want? No! What do we want? Justice! What do we want?
a bit of a battle of flashlights going here. So 2 flashlights going head to head.
So do you? Go ahead. Show us how tough you are. You take a vote to protect and serve. Not murder, brutalize, and kill. I'm gonna leave it to y'all motherfuckers don't exist. So y'all use this car. What kind of crap is that? They can't even fix the serious crime. We got unsolved homicide, and you chasing a fucking kid with no helmet on?
Y'all are the criminals. Just because you got a badge doesn't mean you're not a gang.
No peace! Police! Police! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Justice! Now! Burn it down!
They cut the funding of programs that actually help us.
Now they have their strobe lights out, or flashlights in strobe mode. Although I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do with those. They could be trying to block people from filming, which I've seen police officers do before. They could be searching for something. I'm not sure. Have it again. This is a new development, I guess you can say. They have four police flashlights against one protester with one flashlight. There was one protester with a flashlight, and then 4 cops took out their flashlights and tried to shine it back at him. It's interesting.
You don't gotta be scared. We're not here for you to be scared. We're not here to scare you. And I know y'all only doing your job. hope.
Chasing a child without a helmet is
Your job is to protect the serve, not black Your job is to protect the serve, not murder Are you fucking kidding me?
See if we can get over here. Excuse me.
Again. You got shoes, bitch, I am a shoe. No matter. I fight. Don't even have to.
We got a few more people stepping up here now.
Montana! Come here. Hey, Potato, come here. Montana. I have a question. Let me ask my question in peace.
It's not too late to change professions. I'm coming from a good place here. It's not too late to change your profession.
Yeah, abolish the police. Set the police. Montana back there. Montana.
Oh. That came from the middle of the street. Single firework. I think we actually have a police helicopter up in the air. Right. And they actually had one of these kind of orbiting the area last night. Again, the front of the building is almost entirely dark now, but you can see there's definitely police kind of behind the windows, just kind of peering out, have their helmets on. Skip over the block. Whoops. There we go. It's coming from about a block south in Georgia. See if we can walk over there. Again, back here, not a lot happening right now. People are just kind of standing and watching the people further up against the police line. Again, you'll see candles. A lot of people holding candles. That's because there was a vigil for Quran before the march led them to the station. More police. Crowd does seem a little smaller than the last time I walked up here. But again, people were kind of scattered around. Makes it a little hard to get a crowd estimate. Got somebody speaking here.
No bullshit, because everything I'm speaking is facts. It's a fact. All the motherfuckers on the scene, that's why they ain't voting that. That's why they ain't voting that. We was there screaming his name. Quran not moving. Quran not moving. Release the footage, man. Release the footage. For the murder of Quran. Release the 10, 20-minute footage, man. That shit is wrong. Held accountable for the murder of Quran. TJ Sutton, a.k.a. what's taking so long? We need original footage. For the death of Quran Hilton. Officer TJ Sutton, also known as Tattoos on the Street. The jump out boy needs to be held accountable for the death of Quran Hilton. Chased him off of a moped and got him hit by an oncoming car. That was a wrong pursuit and illegal pursuit led to the death of Quran Hilton. Officer TJ Sutton, also known as Jump Out Boy Tattoo on the Street. They did that shit that dude in South East. They grabbed that shit immediately. They felt like they was right. They know they wrong. They know they wrong. They grabbed that shit immediately. They grabbed that shit immediately, bro. The community, they grabbed that shit immediately. With Quran Hilton footage Quran Hilton footage at. He's a well-known officer to bring harassment towards the community. And now the same officer hit him and killed him. We need justice for Quran Hilton. Officer Turn Sutton, also known as Tattoo, is the one responsible behind this. Turn Sutton is the officer's name. That's why we're here at the 4th District Precinct. For the death of Quran Hilton. We need original footage. That's right. We need original footage. Footage of the camera that's showing him original footage. Pursuing him with his sirens off. So he's chasing an individual in a moped with no police lights. We trying to smoke weed without man again. Why we can't smoke weed with him again? What's wrong? Ron Hilton. How's it fair? The police lights was on. How's it fair? He can't go home like the camera shows at home. That the police siren lights was not on. So therefore, we need them to hold accountability of their actions. Turn Sutton. Officer Turn Sutton, also known as Tattoo, the jump out boy, is responsible. They call him Tattoo because he got tattoos of devils, all tattoos on his arm. We gave him that name. Have devil tattoos. That's why we gave him the nickname Tattoo, because his whole tattoos are all devils. So that's his nickname, Tattoo on the Street. And he's known to harass. He's a Caucasian male. But all Caucasian males are not the same. It's other white who knew Quran very well. He would not do this. He knew him very well. He knew Quran very well because he harassed him. He knew him very well. So to be named him John Doe. Who is John Doe? You saw his ID before. Why is he getting booked under John Doe. When you harassed him and pulled him over before and you know his name, you've seen his identification before. So why would you book him under John Doe?
Check my man out.
So we need justice.
Check my man out.
Because Officer
Check my man out. LA having fun. Check him out.
The white officer.
Check him out.
Terrence Sutton.
Chilling, man.
Tattoo the jump on board.
We went to Howard University homecoming together. 1 second. God.
Quran Hilton illegally. So therefore, we need justice for Quran Hilton. My name is Ace. I live in this neighborhood. I stay right on Night.
Yeah, Howard homecoming, the baby.
Never this world. Justice! Now!
I just dropped my phone. There's a lot less people up here. Here's some, I think they're like firecrackers or something going off.
Okay, back there, we gotta be out here.